All right, we brought up J-Mo. He was not listed in the 25 under 25. The Lions had 5 other players, but not J-Mo. Laporta was in there. Is he the more valuable pass catcher? Mm-hmm. Is J-Mo part of the core, the nucleus, the guys that you need to extend moving forward? And Ticket Texter says this is a big year for J-Mo. His floor is Hollywood Brown. His ceiling is Tyreek Hill. This will define his career this season. If he has a Tyreek Hill year, they'll keep him, even over St. Brown.
I don't know about that, but...
I don't think so either. The guy on the Ticket Text who compared him to Deshaun Jackson, I thought was an apt comparison.
Yeah, it's not far off.
Big, explosive, multiple 1,000-yard seasons, but Deshaun Jackson's not a guy that's like the nucleus of my football team. He's not one of the 10 guys I'm building around, Deshaun Jackson. So J-Mo's not a guy that I'm putting in that foundation bedrock nucleus.
You think he's a luxury piece?
He's a piece that I love having on my football team because he keeps safeties honest and he makes the offense dynamic and rounds it out. I'll enjoy J-Mo on the team this year, and they still have the 5th-year option if they want to go that route. But of all the guys who still haven't received extensions, Aiden was on the list a year ago, hasn't been extended. Brian Branch is on the list this year, hasn't been extended. Gibbs, I know running backs are a little different, but that's a consideration.
I don't think Branch is even eligible for an extension.
No, my point, though, is these are long-term considerations for the organization. Laporta, who's made the list back-to-back years, hasn't been extended. Jack Campbell, who's no longer
eligible for this list,
but is another young player on a rookie deal. I mean, there are 5, 6, 7 players. St. Brown's already been extended that I'd put ahead of J-Mo in terms of, the line to get paid and fed and taken care of.
Yeah, and a lot does depend on this season, obviously because it's timing. They're going to have to decide what they want to do with that 5th year next year. I mean, they have to pick it up.
And they did.
Yeah. And now it's going to be a matter of it's almost a schoolboy conversation. Different levels, but you want to make sure that you don't lose an asset and get nothing in return. So if you're not going to extend him, does that mean you either have to trade him?
So this is the last year then?
Before the season?
Yeah.
Because once he gets to free agency, then you could tag him, but you better be ready to keep him.
You get a comp pick as well, so that's part of their decision is you got to be able to get more than a late third. Otherwise, you just run him out for his 5th year. And again, if you're still part of this too is did they win the Super Bowl or not? How desperately are they still tracking down that Super Bowl? Do they say, hey, we're willing to lose him for one more crack with him because we're on the edge and this is kind of our last year before the cap considerations really start to be a factor?
It's a fascinating conversation.
These next 2 years, it's why their window is not only 2 years, but these next 2 years they can keep everybody and really have all the fruits of Brad Holmes drafting.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years, tough decisions.
Tough decisions, but decisions we don't even know what those are yet because how are this year's draft, next year's draft, his track record is good. Like he just seems to draft Pro Bowl caliber players in those first couple of rounds.
Texter says, Costa, you're sleeping on J-Mo. Dude, at 1,000 yards is the 4th option. Laporta's easier to replace and less vital to the offense.
I just disagree with that in regards to what he does in the run game. He's very good as an inline blocker, setting the edge. Like that's all part of it. J-Mo is a good blocker as well, but that's not part of what he's going to be featured on.
No, I mean, he's unselfish, J-Mo, in the run game, but Laporta's a key cog, a bigger part of their run game, and I think he's a bigger part of converting third downs and finishing in the red zone and the play-action pass. Laporta's a bigger piece.
Let me ask you this, and I know we got to get to news, but which piece unlocks the run game and Amon-Ra St. Brown more? Is it Laporta or is it J-Mo? If you had to pick between those two pieces about different parts of the offense that you want to unlock.
I want to mess with linebackers, so I think it's Laporta. Safeties matter, but linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage.
You might have an extra guy in the box.
Let me ask you this question, and then we'll move on. Who does Goff prefer? Who makes Goff a better quarterback?
That's a question only Goff can answer.
All right. Well, we'll have to ask him on the midday show later in the season.